2, 1. Let's do
it.
1.
And I have a new opportunity.
Stack those joints. 2. What's going on? Hannah Eden here, and welcome back to Flow Fridays. Flow Fridays are a little different today. It is extremely cold here in Texas. We've had a crazy ice storm, so my hands are numb, mouth might be moving a little slow, but the show must go on. So today I have an intermediate to an advanced flow to show you. I'm gonna go ahead and do it, and then I'm gonna teach you how to do it in an in-depth tutorial. Here we go. Okay, seems like a lot, right? Yeah, it is, but don't worry. Stick with me and I'm gonna show you how to do it. Okay, so for today's flow, I have gotten a very light kettlebell. I'm gonna break these things down nice and slow, so I highly suggest that you start with a light bell before you start to increase in your load. There's a few moves in here that you may have not seen before, and if you have, maybe this can help you sharpen your tools. So we've got a tactical clean and a tactical snatch. In our tactical clean, we're gonna be going from a squatting down position to a standing up position. In the actual flow, we're gonna be rotating, but I'm gonna show you what it is just front on. So essentially, a tactical clean is switching and transferring the kettlebell over to one hand mid-rep. So if I was to do a squat tactical clean, I'm gonna be in the base of my squat. I've decided to move my hand over to the side of the horn, so this is nice and empty. So I'm gonna stand up with my legs and powerful, and I'm gonna transfer, bringing my hand behind the bell, and simply put it into the other arm in my front rack position. So let me show you that again. Down to the ground. My knuckles are facing forward on the hand that's picking it up. My knuckles are facing backwards on the hand that is picking it up and transferring it over. So you're coming in from behind the bell. So let's do this together real quick. Squat, hold on with the right, stand up, keep it nice and close to the body, and transfer it over to the left hand. Good, let's do that one more time. Stand up with the right, transfer it over to the left. Awesome. Now we're gonna do it with a little bit of a pivot in our feet. So I like to call this our superhero position. So we will rotate, but I'll show you how to do that once we get there. But we're gonna start from here. Now me personally, I like to go all the way down to the floor. And this position is simply feet shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider, and I'm pivoting to turn my entire body about 45 to 60 degrees. From here, I'm gonna soften my knees and hinge my hips backwards, bending on that front leg, feeling it tug on the hamstrings. Now for me, I like to come all the way down. Some may not like to come all the way down, just go as low as you feel comfortable. So from here, we're gonna go ahead and do that tactical clean that I told you about. As I stand up and clean and transfer it over to the left hand, coming in behind, I'm going to pivot my body. The full movement will look like this. A tactical clean to a rotational press. Okay, so we'll just start with the clean portion and we'll stop once we get front on. So let's start with our feet, shoulder width apart. Let's pivot to the left. Let's hinge the hips. Let's hold on to the back of the bell to leave the front clear to transfer it over into the left hand. So here we go. Stand up, clean. Awesome, let's do that again. Stand up, switch it over. Awesome. Now let's finish it. We're gonna go for a rotational press. So I wanna use my left glute and I wanna help me push my left arm up while pivoting my body towards the other direction. Now you see, wrist, elbow, shoulder is stacked on top of my ribs are tucked, glute is nice and tight, everything is squeezed. So let's go ahead and put all of that together. Here we go. Stand up, tactical clean, into a rotational press. Awesome, let's do it again. We've got a tactical clean into a rotational press. Good. Now that's one piece that I wanted to show you. Now let's move on to another piece I want to show you. And if you've been doing this a while, this is an intermediate to an advanced flow, you should know how to do a nice snatch. And we like to call this a swing snatch. So there's a few different variations, none are right or wrong, they're just different. So a swing snatch, I'll show you from the side, is where the kettlebell starts in front of me, my hips are in this hinge position, I'm gonna hike the bell between my legs, retract that shoulder blade, pull and punch, and finish with the bell up top. Now if we were to slow that down, with a movie, it would be hiking, the arm does not stay straight, we pull and we punch. However, we're gonna do something called a Viking punch, which is that essentially the pull and the punch, but rather than landing with our arm above our head, I want us to land at eye level, which will look like this. Hips come in, pull and I punch. I'm able to land with the bell on the back of my wrist because it floats, I get underneath it. I pull it, I punch it. Boom. Give that a go, using the hips, generating power. Awesome. Switch it over to the other side. Give me some on this side. Boom. 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 Okay, park it. Hopefully you have that down. If you know what a snatch is, it's really simple. It's the same movement, but rather than finishing here, you're just gonna finish here. So again, retract and punch with the belt landing on the top of your wrist. Now you have that down, let's go ahead and understand what a tactical snatch is. So this one, rather than going straight up and down, we're gonna have a little bit more of a hinge in the hips, like we did with that Viking punch. However, tactical snatch means we're gonna start in the right hand, we're gonna transfer, and finish in the left. The same idea goes here. We're gonna come behind the bell. We wanna make sure that we have our hand nice and over to the side of the handle or the horn, so we have room to grab it and transfer it over without it being too clunky. It's gonna be nice and smooth, okay? So here we go. We're actually coming from front rack, so let's start in our front rack position. We want to drop it into our back swing, and on the way up, we transfer it over to the other side. Now if I was to slow that down, let's see if I can get that nice and close for you. I'm gonna hinge between my legs, grab the bell from behind the horn, and finish up top. Cool, let's do that again. Bringing it over to that right side front rack, own the back swing, come between it, and I'm not grabbing it too far away. I'm grabbing it in front of my body, nice and close if you can. Let's do it from the left side, shall we? Back swing, transfer it over, coming in from behind, and finishing up top with that nice twist. Okay. So now we know that there's one more move before I put this all together for you, which is a squat swing. So there's a big difference between a hinge and a squat. Excuse me, it's a little cold. We're gonna be doing a little bit of both. So understand that when we hinge, our hips are going back with a bent knee. When we squat, our hips are going back and down with more of a bend in the hip crease. So here's what we've got. I'll show you from the side. We would have gone for our, tactical snatch. We bring it back down, we hit our Viking punch, and then we hit a squat swing with a swing switch. That sounds like a lot, right? So here we go. Let's go ahead and go for a squat swing. So I bring the bell between my legs. As I squat and my hips are down, the bell is forward. As I thrust my hips, the bell is back. So it's like this. Boom. Boom, boom. So if we put that together, we're gonna go for one squat swing into a swing switch. So we've got to be able to switchly transfer from a squat swing to a regular hinged swing, okay? So now let's go from the top. Here we go. Shake it off, press pause if you need to, empty all those thoughts out of your brain. I wanted you to understand those movement patterns, and now we're gonna start from the top, so ignore everything I just said and start again. Here we go. The kettlebell's gonna start on the floor. We're gonna be in a split stance position. So I wanna stand behind the bell slightly. The bell's right in between my feet. My feet are about shoulder width apart. I'm going to put the weight onto my left foot, slide my right foot back. Now if there was a line behind my heel, I most definitely want that toe to be behind that line. Mine's behind it by about a fist. Now I'm gonna soften my knees, karate chop and hinge my hips. I'm in a staggered stance position to go for one staggered stance swing. So what do? We hug the bell between the legs, we thrust the hips. Now I'm gonna receive it again and go into a staggered stance clean with a powerful step forward. So let's go back again. On the floor, one staggered stance swing, in, up. One staggered stance clean with a strong step. Stepping forward this time, keeping everything nice and tight. You got that? Awesome. Now we're gonna rotate into that superhero position I told you about. So I'm gonna carefully keep the bell close to me, pivot my body down, keeping my back nice and straight, not to be mistaken with vertical. Now from here, what do? We've already got it down, the tactical clean, into a rotational press. Awesome. Once you've gone for that rotational press, and we can do that one more time, boom, we're in that superhero position, tactical clean into a rotational press. We're gonna pull it to front rack and step forward. Now we're square again, and the kettlebell is on that left side. Once we've done that, we're gonna go for a tactical snatch, which means we're gonna own the backswing, grab it from behind, and finish with your wrist, elbow, shoulder stacked on top of your hip, knee, and ankle. Once we've gone for that, we're then gonna pull it down to front rack with control. If it's too heavy, you can absorb the landing by cushioning it. If you wanna make it a little harder, pull it like it's on a cable and bring it into your front rack position. Now we're gonna go for that Viking punch, which is that pull and punch, finishing with the bell at eye level. So again, hinge, Viking punch. Then we got a squat swing, then we got a switch, and then we put it down. So that last piece was a lot. So again, from here, we went for a snatch, we pulled it to front rack. Actually, we're on this side. Yeah. Boom, boom. No, we're not, sorry. Tactical snatch, pull it to front rack. Now we've got that Viking punch. Own it, punch it. Then we've got a squat swing. Then we've got a swing switch, and then I'm stepping the foot down as I step back. If that's too much for you, you can go for your squat swing, swing switch, park it, and then step your foot back, ready for the other side. The choice is yours, okay? So if we go on the other side now, I'm gonna break this down, and then we're gonna go from the top and put them both together. Are you ready? So we've got a left arm staggered stance swing. Boom. Left arm clean with a step, with nice, strong surety and certainty. Now we're gonna pivot the body into that superhero position. Back is straight. Now I'm gonna come up, tactical clean into a rotational press. And then I'm gonna pull it to front rack as I step forward and come nice and square. Now we're going for that tactical snatch, switching from the right arm over to the left. Once we're done, we pull it to front rack with control. We've got a Viking punch on the left side. Boom. We've got a squat swing into a swing switch, and then we park it. Boom. That's it. It looked a lot harder than it was. Please rewind that video as many times as you need. And now for shits and giggles, I'm gonna grab a heavier weight, and I want you to master this entire flow before you increase your load. And let's do it together one more time. Are you ready? Here we go. All right, I decided to increase my load to a 26-pound bell. Make sure that you can go for a strict press with whatever you decide to use. I'm gonna start here, and let's go ahead and do the right side and the left side seamlessly, back to back. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Swing, clean, superhero, tactical clean into rotational press. Pull it to front rack, tactical snatch. Pull it to front rack, Viking punch. Squat swing, swing switch, park it, slide the left foot back. And again, swing, clean, land it. Superhero pose, tactical clean into rotational press. Pull it to front rack, tactical snatch. Pull it to front rack, Viking punch. Squat swing, swing switch, park it, slide the foot back. Boom! That was amazing. I'm proud of you. Good job of sticking with it. Remember, you can rewind that video as many times as you need. If you like what you saw here, don't forget to comment below, subscribe to the channel, and let me know more flows that you'd like to see next time. I'm Hannah Eden. Thank you so much, and have a good weekend.